Okay, so let's talk about land surveying. It's a profession that is absolutely vital, and, it demands that you're always learning. But what happens when the way we actually train professionals gets, well, a little stale? Today, we're going to dig into a whole new approach that yanks continuing education out of the textbook and puts it right back in the field, which, let's be honest, is where it belongs.
Seriously, think about it for a second. Your job happens out there, in the real world, on complicated, messy, sun-baked job sites, right? So does it really make sense for your professional development to feel like you're just cramming for a test from some dusty old textbook? So much of the training out there is just pure theory, and it's totally disconnected from what you actually do day in and day out.
And that's really the core idea here. What if the most valuable, most practical knowledge isn't hiding in some standardized manual? What if it's in the heads of experienced surveyors who spent decades solving real-world problems? The stuff you can't learn from a book? Well, that exact philosophy is the foundation for an entirely new way of thinking about education.
So let me introduce you to the L.E.A.R.N platform. And look, this is not just another website with a library of online courses. No way. It's a genuine peer-to-peer ecosystem. It's built on this really simple but powerful idea: education by surveyors for surveyors. It's all about empowering the experts who are already out in the field to become mentors, letting them build and teach courses based on their own hard-won real-world experience.
Okay, so you might be thinking, how does this actually work? Let's imagine you're a seasoned surveyor. You've got decades of knowledge banked up. How do you go from being the expert on the job site to being a mentor on this platform? Well, the journey is designed to be surprisingly simple and direct.
It really just boils down to 4 straightforward steps. First, you apply to be an instructor. Once you're in, you get access to their Course Writer app. And here's the key: you don't start from a blank page. You remix a pre-built course structure, and you fill it with your own photos, your own videos, your own field exercises, and all that state-specific knowledge you have. Then you submit it for state approval, and from there, you can go national.
And this creates such an amazing opportunity for impact. An instructor can start by sharing their expertise on local challenges that they know inside and out. But then, from there, their course can be adapted for pretty much every other state, which lets them build a national reputation as a real leader and a go-to mentor in the field. Pretty cool, right?
All right, so we've talked about the instructor side of things. Let's flip the coin. What does this look like for the surveyor who actually needs to earn those professional development hours? This is where the platform really truly changes the game compared to traditional education.
For you, the student, the whole experience is about one thing: relevance. You enroll in a state-approved course, and you immediately get access to super practical material from someone who has actually been there and done that. Then you just hop into a virtual classroom to verify you were there, and boom, you earn your digital certificate. The whole thing is structured, it's verified, and most importantly, it's practical.
I love this quote because it gets right to the heart of the L.E.A.R.N philosophy. The whole point isn't just to pass some multiple-choice test to check a box. It's to prove that you can take what you learned in the course and immediately apply it to your work out in the field.
And here's the proof that they actually mean it. Look at how they break down the grading. Sure, 60% of your grade comes from a quiz, which shows you know the material. But that other 40%, and that is a huge chunk, comes from you submitting videos from the field of you actually doing the instructor's exercises. You have to prove you can do the work.
Now, this all sounds fantastic, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. For any expert time, you've got the experience for sure, but the idea of building an entire course from scratch, it just sounds exhausting. Well, the platform has a genuinely brilliant solution for this exact problem.
This is the question that stops so many amazing potential mentors in their tracks. They know they have tons of valuable knowledge to share, but their day job is already more than a full-time gig. I mean, how are you supposed to turn decades of experience into a curriculum without putting your entire life on hold?
Well, the answer is called the 30-day challenge, and it's so simple. For 1 month, you just do your job. That's it. But with one small twist. Each day you document one of your surveying tasks and you upload some proof, a few photos, a quick video, some notes, to the app. At the end of the month, the app takes all that raw material from your actual work and lets its AI analyze the whole thing.
So what's the result of that AI analysis? You get this. It doesn't just give you a pat on the back. It analyzes your unique, demonstrated skills, and it generates 3 distinct, totally concrete course ideas that you are perfectly qualified to teach. And it's all based on the work you were already doing anyway.
And from there, it gets even easier. You just look at the 3 ideas, pick the one that gets you the most excited, and with one click, the app instantly builds the entire course scaffolding for you. We're talking a full 5-chapter outline, complete with submodules and even ideas for field exercises. It literally turns your daily grind into a ready-to-build curriculum.
So let's zoom out and look at the big picture for a second. Why does a model like this matter so much for the future of the surveying profession? Because this is about so much more than just earning credits to keep your license active.
The impact really comes down to 4 massive shifts. First, students get courses that have actual, real-world value, not just abstract theory. Second, they get mentored directly by experienced pros. Third, their skills get validated based on what they can actually do, not just what they can memorize. And finally, it creates this super clear pathway for today's experts to become tomorrow's educators. It's a win-win-win-win.
And that's the thought I really want to leave you with. This whole model is proposing that continuing education shouldn't be this separate academic thing you have to go do. Instead, it suggests that the real classroom, the best classroom, is the job site you're on every single day. And the best teachers, they're already out there working in it right alongside you.